Simple is simplify processes, amplify results.
Hello, good morning everyone. I will be discussing how you can recruit more students from India for LLM and what are the strategies which will be helpful in that. So in India we have National Law School, we have top private law schools, and then we have mid mid-level private law schools. So if you are from a university with like NLU students, they try to focus on Ivy Leagues. They want to go to those universities. Whereas from the private universities and mid-level private universities, students focus more on uh, other than Ivy Leagues, and then also from also the Ivy Leagues, but other universities as well. But what they look for is a support system, that support system in terms of career guidance, providing help to them in writing LORs, SOPs, and career counseling. Because the main motive of Indian students going abroad is there is a large chunk which wants to go to academia, but other is in the hope of better career, making that career outside India, or once they come back, that should be useful for their career. Then we can also focus on mid-level professionals who are into the industry for 5 years and 10 years, and for the career advancement they want to go for LLM abroad. That can be the other audience which can be targeted by the universities abroad. Then we need to understand the student motivation. Then other thing for the Indian students who are coming is financial aid. It can scholarships. They look for those scholarships. Then the post LLM, what are the opportunities available there? They should be guided on that because that's very important for them. They go there for the same thing. So what can be done, and for how the university can prepare them for the post LLM job market. Other thing which Indian students look for is the bar exam. Like they can write bar exams, I think in California and New York. So if universities can provide help in preparing for those programs, or can introduce courses during LLM program which can help them writing those bar exams, that would be one of the great, best thing which students look for, and it will be kind of a great help to them. Can build targeted outreach strategies that can be campus, or conduct campus tours, presentations, guest lectures, webinar, networking event, partner with career services or moot court societies that will be helpful, or corporate law departments. That can be another strategy to attract mid-level professionals. So Indian students who are doing LLM in your universities have a alumni societies, post their success stories and LinkedIn, various other social media platform, and where they are working in litigation, academia, or international law firms. So that can be showcased, and through that, these alumni network can provide mentorship program for these new students, which is the targeted audience. We can have digital and social media strategy, localized digital marketing, like run India specific campaigns on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, features testimony of the students who are there, what they do, what their day looks like, what all they do in their classes, that can be done. Then certain articles through content marketing and through leadership can be done, like published by LLM abroad. You can also collaborate with legal influencers or education providing platforms. Like there are various who provide all this information to students, so you can collaborate with them, and then they can be very helpful in finding the audience. The personal help can be provided to them in terms of funding, in terms of writing their application, approaching the right people for their LLM programs, LLM fairs, webinars, all that can be done. Then we can have for the post LLM programs, if there can be a placement cell, or there can be, like, they can be connected with recruiters around the world. That can be a help. Offer guidance on qualifying bar exam process, career pathways, all that will be helpful for them?
Hello, good morning, everyone. And this webinar is going to be very helpful for all those representatives who are going to be present in India in their tour, and how they can actually build up the perfect strategy while they will be interacting with the candidates, with the students who are going to be present in the different universities and the different colleges which they are going to visit. Going to meet all the representative at one particular place, and then we will be giving them a brief. After that, we will be meeting the respective universities and the colleges, and the vice chancellors and the authorized representative of that particular college and universities. Post that, we will be escorted to a one particular conference room or maybe a webinar hall, or wherever all the bench of the students will be sitting. It will comprise of a different you know uh, years, whether it will be from second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year of law school. So you can expect the students from different years, and whether they are actually willing to move forward for LLM in moving for abroad, obviously will depend over the candidates or the students who are in their final year. The targeted audience should be those who are in the fourth year and the final year of their law program, because first, second, and third year, obviously you can pitch them that how your LLM program is going to be beneficial for them, but the chances of them actually taking these things into consideration will be very less. So the important point is that we are targeting the correct audience, that is the fourth year and the fifth year students. First and foremost, you need to understand that who exactly among those students to whom you are going to represent your universities and your institutions and your LLM program, whether they have the exposure and the awareness about the LLM program from abroad or not. Many students have this misconception that LLM, after doing LLM from abroad, they cannot come back to India and they cannot practice law. They have to practice law somewhere else. So these type of misconceptions, it is the duty of the representative to ensure that they are removing those ambiguities, and the students as well as the universities or the institutions which are going to be there are on the same page, and they can understand that how the things can move forward for their brighter future. You will have to explain them the overview of the LLM program that you are going to offer to them, and what are the specific advantages. I still recall when I was representing Penn State Dickinson Law in the past year, I was given a brief by Mr. Anthony Ogden as to how what they are actually going to provide, what are the things that they are now specializing in, and what are the advantages that the students can get, and obviously the scholarship programs and everything. So as a representative of those institutions, you are supposed to give them a clear idea that what are going to be the advantages of doing LLM program from that particular institution. After that, maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes of your detailed explanation of your institution and your LLM program, you will be asked to have one-on-one communication with the candidates. While you are having those communication, it is important for you to figure out that whether the candidate is actually interested or not. There will be a plethora of applications that you will receive, that I am also interested in going for LLM, I am also interested. But then you will have to filter those candidates. First and foremost, you will have to see that which are actually fifth year students or fourth year students who are actually willing to move forward. Second, what type of questions they are putting forward in front of you, is whether they are actually meaningful or they are just a general question which the students obviously out of curiosity ask to the representatives who are coming from foreign lands. Because in India, we often have seen this trend that once we are interacting with the foreign delegations, the students are very curious to know that how the LLM program is there, without even having that intention to actually pursue LLM. So it becomes very important to figure out through the questionnaires, through the questions that the students are putting in front of you as representative, and what are the questions that you should be asking them in order to figure out that yes, whether the candidates are potential candidates or not. And after that, you are tailoring the information according to the needs of the student. If the student is asking you, sir, what type of scholarship I'm going to be getting, you should be very specific that what are the scholarship, what are the advantages. If the students are very specific about the LLM program, that what are the specialization that you people are going to offer, you should be very much focused on what they are asking for. And after that, You are going to communicate the admission process and scholarship as the generalized overview of your LLM program. But at the same point of time, you have to be very much personified. You should personify those things like the scholarship. For example, if the student says that I am willing to do that, take admissions in your LLM program. However, my paying capacity will not be that much. So you have to be very clear and specific that how you as an institution can help them bridge this gap of financial incapabilities and help them in achieving what they are actually willing to. And then obviously after that, telling all the scenarios, all the complications that they might face, you should always highlight the success stories, because in my past experience I have seen the students who were not even willing to listen to the webinar that was going on. The students actually got interested, and their attention was they were having clear attention when the success stories of the candidates who have now passed out from your different institutions from abroad have now been able to build up their beautiful careers. So that is how, if the students are aware of the LLM program from being conducted abroad, this is the pitch that you should follow. Moving forward, obviously you should demonstrate the advantages of doing LLM, and obviously you should compare it from doing from India. Obviously there are a lot of roadblocks which I suppose Mr. Chaubey will be discussing with you, which you can obviously remove, and how you can showcase the efficiency of pursuing LLM from abroad can actually assist of the students who are in India. And then obviously you can pitch back as the previous slides was actually explaining. So the first and the foremost thing, if they are actually interested in pursuing LLM from abroad, the questions are going to be very important in order to understand that whether the students are willing to move forward, or they are just getting a general perception as to how LLM are being conducted abroad. So questions like fees, scholarships, stay facilities specifically. If the students are asking stay facilities, then what are the stay facilities you people are having? Then it clearly shows, it indicates that the students might be having this thing in their mind that after they are reaching that place where they are going to stay. During the interaction, the focus of the students are going to be very much important. You will see a bunch of maybe 100 to 200 students per campus or per university. Out of those 200 and 300 or 100 and 200 students, you have to actually observe while you are interacting with them, while you are giving a presentation of your LLM program, that out of these candidates, how many of them are actually interested and actually focused over your webinar sessions. You might see, and it is a regular tactics, I suppose that is almost everywhere in the world, that out of the bunch of 100 or 200 students, there are often students who are not that much interested in going through the webinar, but there are some students who are actually willing to, so we should be focusing over those students. And then maintaining constant just through email communication and other social media platform, that is something which I suppose all the representatives of the respective institutions are going to do, because you are going to provide the different flyers and everything so that they can constantly be in touch with the different universities and the institutions. These email communications are going to be very much worthy for you to get in touch with those candidates, and constant touch is going to be very much worthy for that. It becomes very important for the representative to figure out the candidates who are having high academic scores and below average scores. I'm telling you, I'll be very clear with you. Why I'm mentioning below average scores are because while I was interacting with candidates, those candidates who have ambiguities, who were not able to figure out that what exactly they have to do, and they were not having that brilliant score through which they are able to qualify the respective competitive exams being conducted in India. We have seen a pattern that they are actually very interested in moving forward and pursuing LLM from abroad. So below average score students and high academic score students should be your focus. So after the interaction is over, post interaction, you are interacting with the faculties with the list so that you can figure out and you can tick mark those candidates who are potential candidates. It is important to understand whether they have the paying capacity for the fees that you people are going to charge. In India, obviously the fees, when it get compared to the different institutions that are going to be there in the tour, the fees are going to be almost 20 to 30 times of the fees that we in India are charging for the LLM program, making it very difficult for the candidates to invest that much of amount in LLM tours. However, there are candidates who have the paying capacity, And since they are just going to be graduated, and they will be completing their final year, so they don't have their own paying capacity. It will be solely dependent over their families. So by interacting with the fathers, by knowing what their father's profession is, what their mother do, it will be easier for you to understand whether the students have actually being able to pay the requisite fees that is required to get enrollment in your respective LLM programs. And apart from that, you should also be figuring out whether or not any sibling or relative of theirs are actually studying in abroad or not. Because if at all they have relatives who are studying outside India, they will encourage their ward, their siblings, or their son and daughters to go and study LLM from abroad as well. The students often have problems in getting visas. So there should be a dedicated mechanism which, as representative of the different institutions, along with collaborations with Simplet and Education USA, you can figure out so that you can help the students getting their visas without any difficulties, so that this recruitment can be much more efficient.
I would like to talk about what kind of a practices we are having at Galgotia's University. All the students who are meritorious, we are offering scholarship to the students. And three things which I would say are the best practices of Galgotia's University. It is student-centric learning. We have introduced one school. We have introduced one concept, one center, which is called as G Scale, Galgotia's student-centric active learning. So we are promoting critical thinking. We are promoting collaboration. Why? Because students learn from each other. They pair and share. Similarly, the entire ecosystem is developed in such a way that the students are actually learning by their experience. So that is called as the active learning. For the LLM students from the School of Law, is that we are offering LLM in 6 divisions. We are offering in criminal law, constitutional law, IPR, law and technology, environmental law, constitutional law, and corporate law. And we have a lot of centers. We have Center for Corporate Law, we have Center for Environmental Law, and there are faculties which are attached to the center. We have students who are there working in the center, they are the one who are actually running these centers. This is the typical classrooms we have. As you can see, that there are screens, one screen or two screens on every wall, so that no student has to look back. So that is how it goes. So thank you.
Even I would like to mention some challenges of pursuing an LLM and their possible solutions here. So the first challenge I see in pursuing an LLM is unclear career prospects. As we can see that there is no any explicit or clear career prospects after doing an LLM. And the possible solutions includes to establish strong placement cells and alumni network for mentorship. Further, to offer integrated bar exam training to ensure LLM graduates can practice law globally. Furthermore, to meet this challenge, we can promote LLM beyond litigation, like corporate roles, academia, policy making, compliance, etc. The another challenge is lack of awareness about LLM benefits, and the possible solutions may be to conduct webinars, workshops, and law school visits to educate students about career opportunities post LLM. Further, to use social media, blogs, and YouTube to outreach with testimonials and career guidance. The next challenge is high cost of education. When we especially deals with the abroad of doing an LLM from abroad, and the possible solutions may be to offer more scholarships, grants, and assistantship opportunities, to partner with international universities for student exchange and lower cost joint degrees. Further, the one more solution can be there is to promote affordable, high quality online or hybrid LLM programs. Lastly, I would like to mention one more challenge that its possible solution, that is competitive admission process. And its possible solutions includes to guide students through application processes, SOP writing, and scholarship applications. Further, to meet this challenge, we can encourage the alternative pathways like diploma programs leading to LLM entry. That's all from my side. Thank you very much.
I just wanted to quickly share with everyone that SimpleEds is going ahead with their India LLM Fall 2025 tour this year. The duration of the tour would be for 10 days. It will be starting from September 7 till 17, and we'll be covering Delhi, Pune, Bangalore, and Hyderabad.
Hello, thank you so much for watching this recording. I hope you found it useful and valuable. My name is Yasir and I'm the founder and CEO of SimpleEd. At SimpleEd, we do amazing international education events throughout the year, so please check out our website and find out more information.